So I wanted to explain and talk about how we got on Monster Man and what happened to that project. So here it is. Action! Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Church's Hollywood Moments with me, Thomas J. Churchill, aka Church. Today's episode we're going to do is about the reality show Monster Man. 6-part series for the SyFy network. Basically, it was about Roy Knyrrim, CYNDY KNYRIM, and SOTA FX. I was fortunate to be on episode 2, The Forbidden Werewolf. But how that all came to fruition, it was around the AFM. It's kind of like the Cannes Film Festival and Sundance, those big festivals that people try to sell their films and everything to. I met this gentleman who is a pretty big producer, famous producer. He took a liking to the script that I had. At the time, it was a project called Hallow Point. It was a werewolf film. Pretty exciting. We ended up getting it further and further, almost to the starting point of the project actually getting made. I met up with this producer. We signed a deal that he would be financing the project. He asked me, who would be your special effects company? Now, coming from New York, I was thinking about a few people back east that I was going to bring on board because I didn't really know any good special effects companies as of yet, being I just got to Hollywood. He said, you should meet Roy Knyrrim of SOTA FX, especially if you're trying to do an old school practical werewolf movie. I give Roy a call. He asked me to come down. I show up at the studio, and I'm so oblivious to everything. There's wires and trucks and cameras all over the place. He says, come on into the office. So I sat in the office. What do you want to do? And I said, it's called Hallow Point. It's a werewolf film. All of a sudden, he said, hang on 1 minute. Next thing I know, he comes in with 2 guys. He introduces them. They're executive producers of his TV series, his show. So I don't know anything else about these guys. They just sit quietly in the back. Hey, can you continue your pitch? So I said, basically, I was referred to you by this producer. He wanted me to meet you and to see if this is something that you and I could work on. He said, is the producer involved with the project? Yes, he is. The moment he was. He says, okay, let me look at everything. Can you leave the artwork? I'm driving maybe a block and a half, and I get a phone call from Roy. Those 2 guys that were in my office, they're from the SyFy network, and they want me to ask you, would you be interested in having the werewolf built on our TV show? And they liked what you were saying, and they thought you were a character. I said, what the hell do you mean, a character? What are you talking about? How am I a character? Any money? He said, no, unfortunately, there wouldn't be any money, but you'll get to keep the build, and if you want the footage that we're shooting of you, you can have as well. I said, fine.
Why, I'm the Monster Man.
Food around the corner. Food around the corner.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm awesome.
I'm Tom Churchill.
I'm CLEVE Hall.
Nice to meet you.
Well, everybody has been talking about Thomas Churchill and how his revolutionary style of directing is about to go mainstream.
So Roy is probably expecting you through the other door.
Probably.
Let me use our high-tech communication system to get hold of him.
Sure.
Okay. Roy!
Hey, man.
Snuck in through the other door.
With 4 horror movies to shoot over the next 2 years, every effects house in town's courting Thomas Churchill, and he's standing in my shop.
We're putting together a badass werewolf film. The name of the film is going to be called Hallow Point. We're going old school. No CGIs in this film.
That's good. You know, what's great?
We're like brothers from different mothers. Right now, this is our promo picture of what we're looking to do. I envision it to be the body like a lion and the face very like aerodynamic, but just nasty.
It's a guy in a suit, though. It's a very powerful...
Guy in a suit.
All physical.
All physical, all practical.
We have to make this werewolf design absolutely perfect. Because if it looks like a bad Halloween costume, Tom just may change his tune about using all practical effects.
It's great seeing you again.
Nice to meet you, man.
It's great seeing you. These people are it, and they get it. They understand the practical effects that I'm looking for. Blood. Did I mention carnage? Lots of carnage.
We got a werewolf.
We've lost so much business to CGI over the years. This is a great opportunity to prove to everyone that the best monsters are still made by hand.
So I go on this reality show. I was only supposed to be there for a few hours. I ended up being on that show for 3 days.
Cleve.
Yeah.
Tom's here, come here.
Excellent. I'm just grabbing up a few things.
While Constance starts working on the designs, I'm going to get the build started, and to do that, we need measurements. So Thomas has brought over his stuntman Cody for a fitting.
The hell is that?
Yeah, what is that?
This is a tagging gun. Well, the werewolf body is going to be built on top of a spandex suit. On the outside, all monster. But on the inside, nice and cozy.
How long you been in the special effects business?
35 years. When I was a kid, my mom loved horror movies, and I hated babysitters, so she ended up taking me with her.
This is like the monster effects version of I had to walk 20 miles in the snow. I've heard it a million times.
I grew up the first 12 years living next door to the cemetery that we owned. I got into the stop motion stuff, making models and animating them on film. Okay.
He's done?
Yeah.
Can you email me the sketches?
Yeah. No problem.
I get it, all right? Everyone's waiting on me and I need to finish the design. I'm working on it.
I'll talk to you soon, boss.
Okay,
Thank you
copy.
very, very much.
So 3 days go by, we're shooting the show. We shot in the shop where I actually got a chance to look at some sketches, got a chance to see the early part of the build of the werewolf, how they mold an actor. It's such a process. Pretty cool, genuinely, how makeup artists and creature artists really put things together. I found it fascinating, so I was kind of blown away standing there watching them do this.
How's it going, Boo?
Not much, just doodling.
I know what it's like when you're struggling with a monster design. It's not easy.
As soon as you can, go ahead and start focusing on the head.
I can give it a go, but that's the tough part. I'm pretty happy with the body on my werewolf design, but the head, something about it, it's just not right.
I know it's the tough part. I want you to have a lot of fun with this.
In the movie, this werewolf can't just look like a guy in a suit. The audience has to believe that he is a hulking, sinister killing machine. To do that, we have to make every part of him huge and intimidating. His chest, his paws, his teeth, his feet, everything on this beast will be massive. And the final stamp of monster greatness, the fur. It has to be the perfect color so it glistens in the moonlight as our boy howls over his prey. Well, the first step of our build is to create the werewolf's huge muscular body.
Mommy, you gonna go on the end?
Did you just call her mommy?
Yeah,
That's a little disturbing, dude.
I know. Take it easy.
We're using a huge muscle mold to give us the base for our body. It's a big challenge to fill this mold up. It's literally gonna take about half a shop to get this done.
We've ordered the fur from a company back east, and it hasn't arrived yet. This fur is the most important part of this project, and if it doesn't show up soon, we're gonna have a big problem.
Find it?
I see something that says fur on it. I hate sitting around and waiting. Up in the attic, we have a little bit of everything, including a box of fur that might just do the trick. Yeah, Cleve, check it.
Well, this stuff is really, really thick. A little thicker than I would like to use.
Well, there's two things that make up the difference between what is a really good fur and what's a really bad fur. One is the realism of the fibers, how much it looks like a real animal, and the other is the base.
See, this is like incredibly shaggy.
Constance doesn't realize this. No matter how much stretching and how much thinning you do, that fur is just not going to work. You will not be able to see the muscle suit through the fur.
The only thing is he wants it
Brown. Wolves are gray, not brown.
Yeah, we have what we have.
Well, I mean, I can't make that stuff work for a whole
come
wolf.
on.
I can just,
Yes, you
no,
can.
I can't make that stuff work for this. That would take too long.
I'll do it. Just get the suit made so I can paint it and fur it.
My dad can be so stubborn sometimes, it is infuriating.
This long and this thick, you know what it's going to look like?
If he had found the box of fur, the whole shop would be helping him fit it out right now. But since it's my idea, nope, I don't even get a chance.
No, now you can fur a werewolf in a day. Look, you've got it under control. You know how you're going to do it. That's fine. I can't make that work for me, so.
I'm gonna kill you. I swear to God. I will go to prison. It might be worth it.
Well, Thomas is on his way over, and he wants to see some progress. We don't have any fur to show him, but we do have the muscle core ready to pull out of the mold.
Let me get it over here.
Let's separate this right here.
How are you?
Hey, good to
How
see
you
you
doing?
again. Thanks
Good
for
to see you again,
coming.
man.
You too, man.
Over here.
Kind of like
Look, look.
Sonya, over there. Just a second, stop.
Is it normally this difficult to do this? Really?
You ask me that every time.
Yes.
Let's see how far along they are. I hope they've gotten it all
Oh,
out.
you're killing me. Now, where is everybody here?
Oh, and they're pulling it out right now.
Oh,
Just in time.
wow.
Hold on.
I got it.
Sweet.
So this is the
We'll
body.
get out from behind it.
It ultimately will cut this up into muscles, and then the hair will go over that. So I'm really excited.
Looks fantastic. That's what I look like when I take off my shirt.
Me too.
Well, the muscle core came out great, and Thomas is really excited. Now it's time for him to take a look at Constance's designs.
Hey, Constance.
Hi, how's it going?
How are you?
Constance did these.
You sketched these?
This is the most stressful part. If he does not like my drawing, then we're gonna have to start all over.
Wow. That's friggin' killer.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my first try at anything like that, so I was kind of intimidated.
I thought you kicked ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm really proud of Constance, and I think her design looks absolutely great. But if we're going to deliver the monster that she designed, we're going to need that special fur, which still hasn't arrived. While we're waiting for the fur, things need to keep moving forward, so it's time to start working on the head.
Just like the Princess Polly mask, we sculpt the werewolf head out of clay, so we can get all the details exactly right before recreating it into foam latex.
Scripted reality and unscripted reality is two different worlds. When you watch a reality show, you're not a fly on the wall watching someone's life. There's a story that's already been talked about, what they're gonna do. The dialogue, original, because there is no script, but there is a premise. This is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about the build of the werewolf. And then they get you in a room and they say, tell me how you feel about what you saw. I explained what I saw. Then they stopped and they said, okay, give me something the way you didn't like it. Rip it apart. Do me a favor. Don't make me look like some asshole. I said, don't do that. They said, no, believe me. We like everything you were doing. I said, I'm just being me. He's like, that's what's perfect about it. You're so genuine about everything you're doing. We would love to showcase you and this werewolf.
Before we have to start adding the fur.
Hey, Tom.
How are you?
Good.
Finally, the fur from back east arrived, and just in time because Thomas is here to check it out.
What's up?
How you doing?
How are you?
Aces?
You guys ever get that fur in?
Yes, just came today. Cleve was adamant that we wait for this stuff, so Thomas better love it.
This is the stretch face stuff.
It's obvious to me this fur is going to be absolutely wonderful on this werewolf. I just need to show Thomas what it can do.
When it's put on the thing, you can actually stretch the backing.
That's great.
It's brownish gray, yes. There's... See how much stretch.
But it's gray. I thought we were gonna go with brownish red. I am pissed. I'm pissed off at this way they're showing me this fur, and they're petting it like nothing. And it's silver. It's not what I wanted.
It's brownish gray, yes. There's...
Thomas is not happy about the color of this fur. He's a really important client, so I'm really hoping Cleve can make this work.
It's on a brown base with brown and white guard hairs.
My dad is putting every ounce of his energy into making his fur work. If he'd given mine a chance, we might have been done with this about a week ago.
Any of this stuff can always be colored down a little bit and shaded. It's normal.
You want us to dye this like a brownish red, right?
So this is what goes on the areas where it looks sparse in the designs, and you actually see more skin through it.
Can I see it up against something?
I know Thomas wants a brownish colored werewolf, and that's what he's going to get.
This is the super stretched sparse fur. Hold that in there.
The key to getting the look I want is to stretch this fur thin enough over the body where you see the brownish skin tones showing through the gray fur.
This is on the areas where you see more of the skin showing. Holy.
That could work.
Yeah, I think so too.
After 35 years in the monster business, yeah, I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
That looks good, like that. I just wasn't really feeling the silver.
Well, I mean, wolves have more of a grayish fur.
They look great. You know, I have to trust the monster man. I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I was wrong.
You see skin.
It looks ferocious.
I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, cool beans.
It looks great, man.
Okay, babe, let's fur this beast.
To put the fur on, we are measuring out sections, cutting them out, and then attaching them to the suit with spray adhesive.
For the fur to look best on this monster, it has to follow the lines of the muscles and the contours of the body. In some areas, we stretch it thinner so you see more skin through the fur than other places.
Well, the poly shoot went great, but now we've got to get back to the werewolf, and we've got a lot to do.
So right now I'm painting the teeth, and I think the head's about ready, so that once these are done, the teeth will go in the head. Then the head is going to go on top of the body and paint it.
Just like the body, the head will be a complex reddish-brown color that'll complement the gray fur and give us our final look on camera.
Coming down the home stretch with all this stuff.
Right.
Got a long night ahead of us. So who's doing what out there?
Well, what's left to do now is attach the lower jaw, finish painting the head. The eyes go in. I already kind of started them. The back of the head goes on, the fur goes on, and then send it to set. I don't know why everyone is so concerned.
Are you kidding me? Thomas Churchill wants to shoot as soon as it gets dark, and Cleve doesn't know what I'm worried about? Okay.
All right, let's finish this puppy up.
What's that?
That's the replacement eyeball. You know the magic.
So this right here, this is what's gonna open and close the jaw. It's visible right now, but we'll build up a tongue here and a back of a throat, and it works like that. Just attaching the bottom part of the jaw. Realistically, to make this werewolf look the way it's supposed to look, pushing it, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
They said to me, we could shoot a scene in a movie, and I said, well, the movie's not ready as of yet. What I'd like to do, I'd like to shoot a trailer, and I was really excited about doing it. We got so much promotion and advertisement with the way we were doing this project that I was really happy. A kid from Brooklyn with dreams of being in Hollywood is now actually on a television series. Everybody is watching you all over the world because you're on the SyFy network. We shoot this. The experience that I had was great. So I brought in an actress, Allison Kyler, Cody Deal, Chris Dela Cruz to shoot the actual trailer. So I have all these other guys, this whole crew, this whole Hollywood crew that I never used before, shooting us and shooting the trailer while Chris is also shooting the trailer.
So pretty much, Allison, you're going to be running down here into camera.
Okay.
We're gonna have you fall right over here, and you're gonna crawl over to this tree. You think you're safe against the tree, and you look this way, and then the wolf come right at her.
Gotcha.
We have to wait to see what the werewolf's gonna look like. It's gonna be badass. It's gonna look cool.
Right now I'm going in with a darker color to do some shading, bring out the details of the sculpt.
It's now Monday at 3 o'clock. We're supposed to be in the car with the truck driving the werewolf to set. This thing's got to go out in 15 minutes for us to make our call. How many hours do you think before it's done realistically? So this is my life. We're 15 minutes from a deadline, nowhere near ready, and my muster man's devouring a drumstick. Finish your chicken and get all your energy together.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
So this shows you why my blood pressure is through the roof.
Does anybody have signal? Or am I like the only one here with no signal? I can't even find out about my wolf. Where's the wolf? You got nothing? You know, I wanted to be picture up in about 30 minutes. When sun's down, I wanted to be picture up. And picture up would be consisting of having my actor in the wolf suit. And I don't have the wolf. Cleve!
We're late, really late. We're already supposed to be on set, and Cleve's still working on the werewolf head.
We're going to lay hair on this bad boy. Putting the fur on the head is usually a delicate process because if you do it wrong, it just looks like your werewolf's wearing a bad toupee. Keep the head steady, please.
Okay, you're good. Yeah, they're right there.
Does anybody know where Cleve and the rest of the team is with the friggin' wolf suit?
Working on it, sir.
We gotta be out of this location in like 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
And I got 7 scenes to shoot. Let me ask you something. Suppose we buy a little bit more time with the owners of the property. You think they'll give us a little more time?
I can try, but we have a hard out. We have another production coming in the morning. So once we're out, they bring their trucks in.
One more magical step. We're starting to run a bit late here, but I need to make sure these arms are perfect. It's going to take a lot longer if I have to fix them on set.
I'd say we're ready to leave, Lee. You done?
Yeah.
Let's go. You got the directions?
Yeah, you got them?
You right?
Yep.
Is Roy taking this van?
Yes.
I see headlights. Where's the suit? How you guys doing?
Awesome cakes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I don't know whether to hug you or kiss you.
Oh, you can do both.
So, show me the magic.
Right, we're like 10 minutes away from ready for him.
Don't
Let
say
us know,
10
'cause
minutes.
it doesn't
10
take
minutes
us
is 10
long.
minutes. So, you want to meet me down at the creek?
Okay, let's get the stuff.
Friggin' Wolf's not even ready yet. What a stressful night.
Someone put it all on yet?
There's nobody 6'3" with size 15 feet around our shop.
Okay.
There comes one size 15 right now.
There we go.
Okay, hands.
Fast forward 6 months later, I'm in my kitchen watching something on the SyFy network, and I hear a snippet of the show being advertised, and it's showing all these things, and then the last thing on that snippet is me saying action.
Wolf.
I'm gonna kill you.
That's great.
Yes.
I am pissed. It's not what I wanted.
Please, let's shoot it. Action.
Why, I'm the Monster Man.
I actually said, that's pretty cool. You know, because you're talking to a guy who's been making films, movies when he was 17 and on, and I've worked for myself most of my life until I got out of my bubble. Getting out of my bubble was moving to Los Angeles. A lot of great things happened. You could say that I had good luck, but I'd like to say I had good promise from God. And I owe everything that happened in my life all from God.
You don't see nothing.
Okay.
You lost them. And then all of a sudden, you look this way, and then,
Hey, Tom.
holy shit.
Okay, look menacing.
This is friggin' awesome. Wow.
Thank you.
Glad you're happy.
I mean, we were a little nervous about the wolf, and when the wolf came walking down the hill, it looked cool. But on film, and what we captured, I need it to look amazing. All right, let's shoot this.
Let's do it.
Doing it?
Come on, Wolfie. We're shooting this way. Let's fog this area. Being a director and having the opportunity to direct something with practical effects.
We got slime and drool for the mouth.
Hair gel for slobber? That's awesome. As opposed to a CGI film, it is amazing. Let's talk about the blood. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's really disgusting.
Yes.
All right, let's get positions.
Quiet, please.
Running this way through here.
Right.
Get your camera ready. You ready? Let's roll.
I'll sound. Rolling.
Slate it. Camera speeds. Action! And go over your left shoulder. Attack! Open mouth. Cut!
Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Sometimes I feel I've lost control. Sometimes I feel that I'm selling my soul. Sometimes I like love at the end of a rope. Sometimes sin is my only hope, yeah.
Good job, everybody.
The man. The wolf.
Give me a hug.
Okay. Well, that went really nicely. I was very happy with the way everything looked under the fog and under the lights and the moon. I'm a city boy, but I love going out in these outdoor shoots at night.
You guys did an amazing job, man. I mean, SOTA, I
think we did a great job. I mean, I wish I could have seen, but I was like down below, hiding, trying to open and close the mouth.
Seeing the werewolf on set made me really proud of my design. It almost made me forget all the grief my daddy put me through. Almost.
Another night covered in blood like I always do. It was a last-minute one, that's for sure, but, you know, he got it. So I guess that's all that matters in the end.
When you're making a horror film using practical effects, there's a magic you can feel while you're shooting it. It's real, it's authentic, and for the audience, terrifying. It's the only way to make a monster movie, period.
So the show comes out, the show does very good, everybody's happy. Now we're trying to get the money to do Hollow Point because we're striking while the iron is hot, and nothing happened. All the investors we were meeting, they had issues, whether the script was too violent or this or that or the other thing, and blah, 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 blah. Fast forward, Hollow Point ended up, I lost my option with it, and it went back to the writer. I had it for a good minute, and I pushed it as far as we could. It just wasn't meant to be. But the good thing that came out of that was I got a chance to meet Roy Knyrrim, who's done about 7 projects with me now. I did get an opportunity to make a werewolf movie. See Wolfie behind me. This isn't from Monster Man. This is from the Amityville Moon. There's some behind the scenes on our channel, so you can check that video out as well.
God, it's creepy down here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Did you hear something?
Mr. Nolan, Carla Montgomery. Go find them. Take them back to the halfway house.
I pray to God that you bring our girls back safe and sound soon.
A search for runaways.
I think you're only gonna find one girl.
Why is that?
Because she's dead. Gone, taken. Just like the others.
Will turn into something sinister.
I got a lead on one of the girls.
Now who has got you running? Hey, can I help you with something? I'm only here to take her back to St. Matthias. Screw you. She's not going anywhere.
When the moon rises,
Who's after you?
Not who, more like what?
the beast
Silver Bullet? You got a werewolf problem at this church?
is unleashed. The Amityville Moon.
Your grip, sister. It's hurting my arm.
Better to hold on to you, my dear.
That's a wrap on this episode of Church's Hollywood Moments. Right, Wolfie? That's what we say. So do me a favor, hit that like, notify, subscribe button, and come back next week for another episode of Church's Hollywood Moments. See you soon.